Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this three-game series between the Chicago White Sox and Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Leading off in game number 3 for the White Sox is the second baseman Durham, batting second, playing short. Aparicio batting third, playing right field. Cornerico batting fourth, playing left field is Dye. Batting fifth, playing right field is Abreu. Batting sixth, playing center field is Lemon. Batting seventh, playing third base is Venturino. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Lore. And on the mound, doing the pitching is Chris Sales, batting ninth. And for the hometown Tampa Bay Devil Rays, we got leading off, playing center field is B.J. Upton. Batting second, playing short is Bartlett. Batting third, playing first is Pena. Batting fifth, playing second base is Zobrist. Batting fifth, playing third base is Longoria. Batting sixth, playing left field is Baldelli. Batting seventh and playing right field is Wynn. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Hall. And on the mound and batting ninth is Blake Snell. Let's get to the game here and get this game started, folks. And they'll lead it off for the White Sox is Durham, batting 200 with no homers and no RBIs. And this is Blake Snell's second appearance. No record with a 1.12 ERA. Here's the pitch to Durham. And that's going to be a against lefty. Going to be a fly ball out the right field. Wynn makes the catch for out number 1. And Aparicio comes to the plate now. Batting 222, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton. 2 fly balls, 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Paul Cornerico comes to the plate. And Paul's batting a $125, no homers and no RBIs. And that ball is high. That ball is hit hard. And kiss it goodbye. Paul with his first homer of the year gives the White Sox a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. And Dye steps up to the plate. And Dye looking for his first base hit of the year, 0 for 6. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. That'll end the inning, but the solo homer by Paul makes it White Sox 1. The Rays coming to bat. Upton, Bartlett, and Pena due up. BJ batting a $111 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. This is Chris Sale's first appearance of the year. And in 2014, he was 12-4 with a 2.17 ERA. Here's the pitch to BJ. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Chris strikes him out for out number 1. And Jason Bartlett's up now, batting a $190. And he's got no homers and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch to Bartlett. And that's well hit. Let's see where this ends up at in Tampa Bay. And that's going to be driven into right field off the wall for a stand-up double with a 1 out. And you see the White Sox upcoming schedule. They go back home and take on the Texas Rangers for 2 games. And then these Devil Rays come to town for at least 3 games. Runner down at second, 1 out for Pena, batting a $158 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a pitcher, 33 and a 2. Should be fielding column 1. And it is. Runner called off second. Picks him off at second, folks. Not a smart play there by Bartlett. Gets picked off. Now you got Pena up with nobody on. 2 outs. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the Lemon in center. And that'll do it. So the double goes nowhere. Gets picked off. To the top of the second we go in a 1-0 ball game. Abreu, Lemon, and Venturini do up. And Abreu is batting .375, 2 homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty of 15. That's going to be a fly ball out the win for out number 1. And Chet Lemon grabs a bat and comes to the plate, batting a .133 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be another fly ball out the win. He's busy out there today. Let's see if Robin can hit it somewhere else safely besides right field. He's batting a .125 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to BJ. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. To the bottom of the second we go. Zobrist, Longoria, and Baldelli do up here. Ben batting .333 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the die in left field for out number 1. And Longoria comes to the plate now. And he's batting .238. He's got 2 homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Chris's second strikeout of the game. And now 2 down and nobody on for Baldelia. And he's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. And he's going to be 0 for 4. That's an easy fly ball out to Lemon. And that's a 1, 2, 3 inning as Ken Castro brings us here. We get to the top of the third and a 1-0 White Sox lead. Lower, Sale, and then back to Durham. Top of the order, Sherm batting .167, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So he walks the leadoff batter. Chris will try to lay down a bunt here, get him over in the scoring position. Chris's first plate appearance of the year. And that's going to be a foul ball. That'll be strike 2 on him. So 2 strikes on him. Still got the bunt sign down. And he's going to foul that one off. And that'll be a strikeout. Chris can't get the bunt down. 1 down, the runner still at first for Durham. And Durham is 0 for 1. He flew out the right. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ray strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts after the walk. And Aparicio comes up to the plate. And he is 0 for 1. He flew out the center. And not this time. He smacks his ball out in the outfield. Where's it going to land at? And that ball's going to be a double out in the right field. And with Sherm's speed, even with 2 outs, he may not score here, folks. 52 minus a 32 plus a 3. A 23 or lower. Who's up after Aparicio? Paul is. So they're going to stop him at third. So a double. Now you got runners at second and third. And 2 outs here. And Paul Cornarco comes up. And Paul hit a homer his first time up. Can he do it again here and give the White Sox a 3-run lead? Nope. That's going to be a grounder. Down the first. Back to the mound, rather. And Blake will fire over to first for out number 3. White Sox strand 2. To the bottom of the third we go. Bottom third of the order due up here also in the bottom of the third. Wynn, Hall, and Snell. And Wynn, he's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 5. That's going to be a ground ball down to Aparicio for out number 1. And Toby Hall comes to the plate. Toby batting .500 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. That's going to be another hit. He's off to a good start this year. He singles in the right field. See the team comparisons. Chicago 2-2, 28 strikeouts, 17 walks, and 5 doubles. Tampa Bay 1-5, 55 strikeouts, 13 walks, 12 doubles, and a triple. And Paul's down at first, and they're going to give the bunt sign to Snell, and he's 0 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be a and that's going to be bunting in front of the plate. Sherm's got it. He's going to fire down the first, and who's covering? And down the first he throws, and that'll be out number one, but out number two rather, but the runner does get down the second. And that'll bring up BJ. And he's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. And not this time, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go? That's going to be off the wall in the left field for an RBI double. And that'll tie the ball game up. Now you got to go ahead run down the second for Bartlett. And Jason is 1 for 1. He doubled in the first. And he's going to wrap this one. Where's this one going to go? And all of a sudden, Chris can't get the last out of this inning. That's going to be a drive in the deep center field. Lemon, it gets over his head. And Jason's going to run for a while. And that is an RBI triple, folks. And all this happening with 2 outs. Now, the Rays got a 1-run lead. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay. Runner down at third for Pena, who is 0 for 1 today. And that'll do it. Chris strikes him out. 2-run score. Tampa Bay takes a 2-1 lead into the 4th inning. You got Dye due up, Abreu, and Lemon then. And Dye 0 for 1 today. Can he get his first hit of the year here and start things off? Nope. That's going to be a swing and a miss for out number 1. And Abreu's up, and he's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Blake strikes him out for out number 2. And up to the plate now steps Chet Lemon, who's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a 20. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 1, 2, 3 go to White Sox. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Zobrist due up here, followed by Longoria and Baldwin. And we got Ben up. He's 0 for 1 today. Not anymore. Zobrist gets a nice cut at this one. And that ball is hit hard. And that's going to be another triple, folks, in the left center field. Ben with a leadoff triple. That's going to force the White Sox to bring the infield in. Runner on third. And nobody out. Start this inning off with
Baldelli.
And Longoria, he's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. Not this time, folks. That ball is hammered in the right field. And against the 17, that is going to be a double in the right field. And all of a sudden now it's a 3-run ball game. Still nobody out, and a runner down at second for Baldelli coming up here. So, Chris getting hit again here in the 4th. Nobody out, a runner at second, and a 3-1 ball game. And Rico is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 41 and a 9 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And we're going to look the runner back to second. Fire over to first for out number 1. And Wynn's up now. And Randy is 0 for 1. Grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Does set up the double play ball. And Toby Hall's up. He doesn't have a lot of speed. White Sox would love to see a ground ball. He's 1 for 1, singled in the 3rd and came around to score. And that's going to be a 16. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. Let's see here with 1 out. A 34. That'll be a 41. Chris Dodd's got one hell of an arm out there. They're going to hold him up at third. So that's a single in the left. Bases are full. Nowhere to put him. And we got Blake Snell. Can he help his own cause here? He'll bring the infield in. He's had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a 18. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. And 45. Lemon's got a cannon for an arm out there. 45. 37. That's a 23. And they're going to give it a try here. And let's see if Wynn is going to try to get the third. So that would be a 38. So Wynn is going to try to get the third. So they're going to try to throw home here. And a 51 or lower, he's safe at the plate. And he is. So it'll be a sacrifice fly. And now we got runners on the corners. And 2 outs. And it's now a 4-1 ball game. And we got BJ up now. And he's 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a base on balls. That fills the bases again. Chris is looking like he's ready to blow a gasket out there. Thinks he's getting pinched. Brings up Bartlett, who's perfect 2 for 2 today. He's got a double and a triple in this game. And that's going to be against a lefty, 16. And that's going to be a single. That's going to be a single in the center field. And Hall does not have much speed out there, but there is 2 outs. 63 minus a 32 plus 3. 34. Let's see here. 60. So a 34, which means a 65 or a 66 will get him, and that's it. Anything 64 or lower, and he's in there safely. So that's a 2 RBI single, and the runner gets down to third. And now you got first and third. And it's a 6-1 ball game. And Chris Sales is getting beat up here, folks. First and third, 2 outs. And let's see, that might be it for Chris. He's due up third. So Chris is going to come out of the ball game. He's going to come in here. The only lefty they got in the bullpen is Terry. And you got 2 lefties, switch hitter and that. And they're going to bring Terry in here. Try to get out of this mess in a 6-1 ball game. Chris Sales gets blown up here. And Terry will come in. And this is Terry's second appearance of the year. No record with a 9 ERA. 2 outs, runners on the corners here for Bartlett. Sorry, for Pena. And that's going to be a that's going to be an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Paul in right field. That'll end the inning, but 4 runs come across, and it's a 6-1 ball game. We go to the top of the 5th, and you got Venturino, Sherm, and Terry due up here. And Robin is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball. If that's a swing and a miss, Blake strikes him out for out number 1. And here comes the tank, Sherman. And he is walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, out number 2. That's the 6th strikeout for Blake. And Terry's going to stay in the game since there's nobody on. Looking for his first base hit of the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3 go to the White Sox. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Zobrist, Longoria, and Baldwin up here. And Ben, he's 1 for 2. He tripled and came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 1st. He'll take it himself for out number 1.
Baldelli.
And now Longoria's up. And he's 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. And now there's 2 outs. And Baldelli due up here. And Baldelli is 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be against the 19. That's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And a 1, 2, 3 inning for the White Sox. So we go to the top of the 6th. Got the top of the order due up here. See the team comparison. White Sox with 17 runs on 10 homers and a stolen base. Tampa Bay 20 runs on 13 hit homers and 1 caught stealing. Here's Ray, 0 for 2, followed by Aparicio and Paul. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's Blake's 8th strikeout of the game. That might be 4 in a row. Let's take a look here. I believe it is 4 in a row. Yep, 4 in a row, folks. 4 in a row and 6 out of the last 7. He is on fire now. Here's Aparicio. He's 1 for 2 with a double. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Jason's got it for out number 2. And Paul steps up to the plate now, and he hit a homer back in the 1st. They give the White Sox a 1-0 lead at the time. The only run of the game for him. That's a lazy ground ball down the 3rd, and that'll do it. White Sox go in order again. To the bottom of the 6th we go. You got Wynn, Hall, and Snell due up. And that's going to be a 14 and an 8. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Dye makes the catch for out number 1. And Toby Hall comes to the plate. Toby's 2 for 2 today. Singled and scored both times in the 3rd and 4th. And that's going to be a well-hit ball. Let's see where it lands at. Toby having a hell of a game. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And kiss it goodbye, Toby Hall, with his first homer of the year. Gives the Rays a 7-1 lead here. Here's Blake Snell up now. And Blake has a sacrifice bunt and a sacrifice fly and an RBI in this game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Blake out for out number 2. And BJ's up now. And he's 1 for 2. He doubled and drove in a run in the 3rd. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. But Terry gives up the homer, makes it 7-1. We go to the top of the 7th. You got Dye, Abreu, and Lemon due up here. And Dye is 0 for 2. And that's going to be another strikeout. Snell is cruising through the 7th inning. Now Abreu up. And Abreu is 0 for 2. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Wynn makes the catch. Again for out number 2. And that'll bring up Chet Lemon now. And Lemon's 0 for 2. He's flown out the right and center. That's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. Terry's due up 3rd here in the top of the 8th. See if he can get through this 7th inning here. Here's the pitch to Jason. He's a perfect 3 for 3. A double, a triple, and a single. He's a homer away from the cycle. And not this time. That's a swing and a miss. Terry strikes him out for out number 1. And Pena's up now. He's 0 for 3, flown out twice and struck out. And not this time. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that is high. That is far. And that one's going. And just like that, it's now 8-1. And now you got Big Ben up. And Ben is 1 for 3 with a triple. Back in the 4th. And that's going to be a fly ball out the paw for out number 2. And Longoria comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty in 18. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Aparicio. He fires over to first. And that'll do it. But one more run scores. And it is 8-1 Tampa Bay. And that's going to be it for Snell, I think. Let's see here. He's going to come in and pitch. Snell goes 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Let's see, you got the lefties coming up. And I think JP is going to come in here. Yeah, JP's going to come in, try to get through this inning. And that's JP's 3rd appearance. Look at that ERA. He's 0-1 with a 47.25 ERA. Let's take a look here. He's gotten selects in the 2 games. 1 inning, he gave up 3 runs. A third of an inning, gave up 4 runs. So I'm trying to get JP straightened out here. As you can see, Tampa Bay's upcoming schedule. They go on the road, play Detroit for a game. And then they go to Chicago, take on the White Sox for 3. And then they come back home and take on the Twins. So he'll have Venturini, Sherm due up in a pitch hitter for Terry. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd for out number 1. And Sherm comes up now, and he's 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out yet to put the ball in play. And he does this time. He lifts one out the left field for out number 2. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for Terry. And he's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit against the lefty. And Tim Anderson, maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, Tim Anderson's going to come off the bench. We need some base runners. See if they can get something started here with Mr. Anderson. And Tim is batting .222, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. The White Sox will take it. They need runners in the worst way here in the top of the 8th. Need to get something going here, down by 7. And Durham's up now, and he's 0 for 3. Flown out and struck out twice. And that's going to be against a lefty, a 19 and a 10. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And Anderson will get down the 3rd easily with 2 outs. Now you got runners on the corners. Aparicio's up. And Hal again. Not making it easy, is he? Sure. Still with that lofty ERA. He needs to get some shutout innings in. Now he's got 1st and 3rd. All this happening with 2 outs. And Aparicio's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Hal. He fires over to 1st, and that'll end the inning. The White Sox strand 2. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And you got the righties coming up here. And Jones on the jukebox. Nate Jones is going to come in the game. So Jones will come in, trailing by 7. And this is Jones' 2nd appearance of the year. No record and no ERA. He's got
Baldelli.
He's got the bottom part of the order. Baldelli, Wynn, and Hall due up here. Here's the pitch to Baldelli. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 1. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. And Randy steps to the plate as Clinton Parks joins us here. And wins 0 for 2. 4-3. Phillies win. Cool. Very cool. 1950. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jones strikes out the first 2 batters he faces. Can he strike out the side? Toby Hall has a perfect game, going 3 for 3 with a homer and 2 singles. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Lemon makes the catch. To the top of the 9th we go. White Sox need a little miracle here, trailing by 7. You got Paul, Dye, and Abreu due up here. And Hal comes out for his 2nd inning of work. And Paul's 1 for 3. He did homer back in the 1st. Gave the White Sox a 1-0 lead at the time. And that's going to be against the lefty at 19. And that's going to be a ground ball back to JP. He fires over to 1st for out number 1. That brings up Dye now. And Dye is 0 for 3. Grounded out and struck out twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He gets the hat trick. And the White Sox are down to their last out. Abreu's 0 for 3. He has flown out the right twice and struck out once. And not this time. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss it goodbye. Abreu with a homer. And Hal can't have another scoreless inning. So, solo shot. White Sox ain't done yet. That makes it 8-2 game. And Lemon's up. He's 0 for 3. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Baldelli makes the catch, and that ends the game, folks. And Tampa Bay wins this one 8-2. As Sean joins us here, let's take a look here at the box score. 4, Tampa Bay 8 runs on 10 hits and no errors. The White Sox 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. Got the home run by Cornorco and Abreu. That was the only offense that the poor White Sox can muster. 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position, left 4 men on base. Jason Bartlett 3 for 4. And how about Toby Hall 3 for 4? And look at that, Tampa Bay 5 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Pena and Hall with homers. Only left 3 men on base. Chris Sale 0 and 1. Just didn't have it today. 3 2/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, walked 2, struck out 3. Terry Foster comes in, 3 1/3, 2 innings, 2 hits rather, 2 runs, walked none, struck out 4. Jones comes in, pitches 1 inning, strikes out 2. Snell pitches a fine game, picks up his first win, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 9, and gave up a homer. J.P. Howe, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 homer. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard and standings here in the American League. And we got the Yankees 2 games up on Baltimore and Toronto. And the Red Sox are 2.5 games back. Tampa Bay is now 3 games back. And in the Central, the Tigers half a game up on Cleveland. KC's a game back. The Twins and White Sox are both a game and a half back. The Rangers have a half a game lead over Seattle. Oakland 2 back, and the Angels 2.5. And Curtis Granderson batting .545 on the year. The 2 Indians with 4 homers. That's Ramirez and Tomey with 8 RBIs to lead the American League. Of course, the ERA leader right now is at 0. Wins are tied at 1, but JJ for the Mariners got 3 saves on the year. And Jim Thome leading in the MVP voting, and Jim Palmer in the Cy Young. And the next game will be a National League game on the channel. Let's check out and see what teams we'll have here. And let's see. It's going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Mets. I don't know if that's the actual pitching matchup, folks. So let's see. Is this a 4-game series? 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's a 4-game series, folks. Definitely no 5-game series. Nope, it's a 4-game series. So Pirates head to New York to take on the Mets. I want to thank World's Worst Gamer, Clinton Parks, and Ken Castro for stopping in today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It don't cost a dime. Hit that bell so you know what's going on here in the channel and get some reminders. And on your way out of Tampa, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.